Chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. It's the brother Dama Agabar here with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify and give you warning from Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and I started here in Isaiah 54 and 16, dealing with the waster, which is the nuclear missiles. All right, that the Lord has put the spirit on the so-called smith or these scientists to create, these nuclear weapons, which will be used in these last days as the fierce anger and judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And these missiles are called the waster because that's exactly what they're going to do when they hit the whole of America. The United States is going to literally waste this place. It's going to totally annihilate, from the east to the west to the north to the south. The whole land of Babylon the Great will be desolated. It will be destroyed. It will be utterly burnt with fire. It will become that lake of fire that the Bible has prescribed to the judgment of this place. All right. Because these are ultimately the weapons of the Most High's indignation. The Lord put the spirit on these scientists to create these missiles to be used at his discretion. All right. And this is how the Lord wants to ultimately judge the earth, the sinners in it, the wicked, the proud, and, to have his name be finally respected and uplifted and praised and feared. All right. And I say that because I was listening to this. I was listening to this video from band.video, man, which is it was a very, very good video. It's about what the fuck is this? It's about an hour long, but I'm not gonna play all of it. I also want to play the first minute and 20 seconds because this guy Dan Quayle, he goes in on basically how, the power that Russia nuclear missiles hold, man, which is all linked to biblical prophecy. He said that Russia has the nuclear capability just on its own, not even including China, the EU and NATO, Pakistan, India, these other nations that possess nuclear power. Not even including them, that Russia just on its own has the capability to destroy Babylon the Great, America, in 90 seconds, man. Right? Which all coincides with the scriptures, because Russia in the Bible was known as Gog and Magog, and they are going to shoot their arrows here on Babylon the Great along with China, and the allies of America. A lot of these NATO and EU nations will burn this whore known as America with fire, man. But the first minute and 30 seconds is very good. I'm going to use that to make this video. But like I said, watch the whole video. Just go to band.video and you can watch the video in its entirety. He goes into, how, he goes in a lot of other things too. But the main thing being just how powerful the nuclear arsenal that Russia possesses is, man. And guess what? It is all has been created by and for the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And how this place doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell, And this is why the judgment of the Lord is going to stand and nothing is going to turn it away. And which is why you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and you tribes, you better hurry up and repent and get right with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Because, hey, this fire is coming. This judgment is coming. And if you ain't right, man, hey, the Lord going to leave you here and melt you, man. So with that, I'm going to play the first minute and a half of this video. Like I said, check out the rest. And Lord willing, you be edified. So here we go. And I got a couple of precepts as well.
What most people don't understand is the doomsday clock was originally set under defined parameters. Obviously, the speed of missiles, the amount of warheads, the tension. There was a bunch of factors that went into that. But I would say this: the people that are telling you that are 5 seconds, 90 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, is all it takes to destroy the United States from the submarine-launched ballistic caliber.
Did you hear that? He said Russia can destroy America in 90 seconds, man. You see? And at the end of the day, there's not going to be any defense for these missiles when they begin to be shot, because the Lord's going to have his spirit within these missiles. The Lord's indignation and his wrath is going to be inside of these missiles to perform the judgment that is written, man. And it's going to fall down upon great pain on America, Babylon the Great, man. Let me get this preset real fast, man. You know? So this is why we've been warning you, Jakes, man. You know, hey, the judgment of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is going to stand, man. It says, this is Revelation 18 and 15. It says, let me see. No, I'll start right here. I'll just get to the point. This is Revelations 18 and 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her. Fucking Satan, man. Stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour, you see? And that's why the judgment of this place is going to be so great, because the speed and the power of these nuclear missiles, supersonic missiles that Russia possesses and other nations possess are, are going to be able to hit the shores of America very, very quickly, man. You know, and America's going to have a very limited time to respond and to fire back, man. Because once these nukes are shot, it's not going to be no turning them back. It's not going to be no rewind. It's not going to be no air defense system. It's not going to be nothing that's going to knock these missiles off their course to obliterate and totally leave this land known as America desolate. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and has made as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Talking about America. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. See that? Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. Salakia. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all, dealing with America. See, and that's what these nuclear missiles were created to accomplish. All right. And this is what this guy, Dan Quayle, is explaining to you, the power and the capability of these nuclear missiles from Russia. Let me start this back.
What most people don't understand is the doomsday clock was originally set under defined parameters. Obviously, the speed of missiles, the amount of warheads, the tension, there was a bunch of factors that went into that. But I would say this, the people that are telling you that are 5 seconds, 90 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, is all it takes to destroy the United States. From the submarine-launched ballistic caliber missiles, the hypersonic missiles, and I really got to make this point. Thank you for the opportunity, Alex. All of our doomsday bunkers, everything from NORAD headquarters, you cannot name it. Denver International Airport, again, where the vice president landed, I think, hours ago, maybe 12 hours ago. They're only designed to handle a specific megaton nuclear weapon. The Russians did explode a 52 megaton nuclear weapon called the Tsar Bomba. They do have 100 megaton nuclear weapons. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are called the Poseidon nuclear torpedoes.
You see, that's how the Lord has created the smith to blow that coal in the fire to create that waster. You know, the Lord literally put the spirit on these different scientists and those Russian scientists to create those missiles with that much power and capacity, man. Which is why everybody that's here outside of the elect of the nation of Israel on the soils of America is going to be destroyed. And you see all these different celebrities, the Kardashians, these preppers, these other, individuals, these multimillionaires over here building bunkers here in the States. It's going to be to no avail, man, because Russia has the bombs that are going to totally annihilate any bunker that is built here in Babylon the Great, man. You see, the only way out of America in the judgment of Babylon the Great and wherever these missiles are going to fall in these different places around the earth is to be taken up into the chariots, man.
They're autonomous nuclear torpedoes. And Alex, I spent my life on this stuff. So the point is that they can be geo and stationary positioned in the oceans, ready to go off. And ready to go off, being detonated. The United States countdown is probably 5 minutes. That's the fastest we could retaliate if we had the opportunity.
You see, and like I said, you brothers can watch the whole video. He was even breaking down how The Russian submarines, they have this ability to be undetected. They can be literally in the American waters, and by the time they get a signal that they're there, they can just take off and just be undetectable, man. You see? And that's all really the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord gave these Russians the technology to build such devastating and powerful weapons to appease the wrath of him that made them, And you can see how in one great hour, this place, Babylon the Great, America is going to be destroyed, man. This place will be annihilated. It'll never rise again, man. All right. And this is Isaiah 13:4. It says, this is Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. And he's talking about the nuclear missiles. All right. This great people and this noise of the multitude is talking about all these different nations and their nuclear missiles, which will be shot here on Babylon. See, it says they come from a far country. Yeah, these missiles, because they're intercontinental ballistic missiles, meaning they can be shot from one continent to another continent. From the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What's that whole land? America, that great city, Babylon the Great, man. And this is the judgment the Lord has established for this place, man. It is going to happen, all right? And the weapons to do that and the war that's going to bring this thing on is already fast forwarded and in motion. What does it say? Judgment day of Yahweh. It says, "Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." Because why? Because these missiles are the weapons of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now, Russia and America, these different countries that possess them, they think they're going to use these missiles, that they're their missiles, that they're going to use them for their own purpose and for their own end. They're not thinking that at the end of the day, these missiles are really created them to serve the will of the Creator, which is ultimately to destroy themselves, man, and to be a judgment upon them. It says, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." Yeah, you remember a couple of years ago they had that nuclear warning over there in Hawaii. And the people was on different Instagram and social media getting the report and recording themselves in real times, man. They were all faint. They were all scared. They was all, realized that, their asses were grass, man. It wasn't nowhere that they could go or nothing that they could do. They were sitting ducks, man. You see? And that's going to be that's what's going to happen to 2/3 of our people and the sinners and the wicked of this earth when these missiles begin to be shot. It says, "And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames." You see? "Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." You see? And why is it so fierce and so angry? I mean, so fierce and so cruel is because the Lord is going to use these missiles to execute this thing, man. All right. You see how those missile tests go and how brutal and how they sweep with that nuclear fire, man. They said Russia has those nukes with that 100-pound payload or whatever amount he said. That's why the earth is literally going to shake real to and fro like a drunkard, man, in that day, man. It says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." Because once these nuclear missiles hit, they're going to blot out the sun, man, just like on 300. But these are going to be the nuclear arrows, not man-made arrows, not the regular arrows. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." You see? These missiles are coming to punish the evil that's in this world, the wicked, 2/3 of our people, you heathen nations out there, and as well as Esau, Edom, the arrogancy, the proud and the most proud are all going to be judged and burnt and lit up with these nuclear missiles, man. It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir," which is going to be the elect. It says, "Therefore will I shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger." You see? The Lord's going to shake this whole planet up. These nuclear missiles are going to literally reshape and dissolve and shake the whole planet Earth, man. You See? And this is all the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai via these nuclear missiles, man. Which is why the only side, the best side to be on is on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the only way you're going to be delivered from these nuclear missiles is going to be taken up, man. Let me see if I can get that real fast. Yep, this is Revelations 11 and a half, 11 and a half. Revelations 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven. Let me read up a little bit. No, that's it. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying to them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which are the chariots of the UFOs, and their enemies beheld them. Who are going to be the enemies of the elect? The sinners, the proud, and all of the workers of iniquities, man. That's not going to be written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And at that same hour, there was a great earthquake. And what's going to cause that earthquake? These nuclear missiles, man. And the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, which 7 represents completion. And that 10th part of the city represents the 10 FEMA regions here in America, man. The area codes. You see? And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. It says the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. And what's the third woe? The third world's war, which is going to ultimately bring in what verse 13 is speaking about, man. So like I said, brothers, if you get a chance, hey, watch that whole video. Mr. Quill was going in, man. And he's further verifying what we were saying biblically and scripturally, man. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, put the spirit of me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.